Thank you for tuning in to another episode. I'm your host, Onay, the CEO. And tonight, I have a special treat for you. I have what I call a musical mastermind. He was able to cultivate music in a different way. So I want you guys to buckle up your seatbelts because you're now plugged in, tuned in, tapped in to Outside the Box. And we're back. Another week, another flaming segment for you. So, without further ado, I want you guys to give it up for Quincy O. Yes. Now, I know that you are the CEO and founder of Maestro Music,
Yes.
but a lot of people don't know that you actually do a whole lot that is, comprised of that. So, I want you to tell our listeners and our viewers what it is that you do.
Oh, well, basically, I started off as a musician, pianist, playing around the city, traveling and, going overseas and performing. And then I came back and saw that there was a need for some type of recording of the people on the scene.
Right.
And so with that need, I was like, well, I have a space available, so let's create something for people to come in and record and record as if they were performing in front of an audience.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
When I first saw your studio, the first thing I thought, I'm like, man, I want to do my own tiny desk up in that thing. That thing's sweet. Like a real live concert.
Right.
But it actually cultivated into like a concert setting. That is so dope.
Exactly.
So how long have you been into, creating or building this studio? Well, it's built. But how long have you been on that journey?
I was in Japan for a while, playing overseas, and it was time for me to come back, and I didn't want to come back doing the same thing, so I thought about creating, I was given a vision to create a studio.
Okay.
And so that's been like since 2015, 2016.
Okay, so you got a good 5 years in the game.
Yeah. So I had already kind of had an idea about how I wanted to have something started, but at that point, I made the decision to go full-fledged into it.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Now, what inspired you to want to do that, to go full-fledged? Like, what was the inspiration behind it?
I decided that I wanted to be in control of my own destiny.
Amen.
I wanted to have my own level of freedom. And as a musician, people tell you where they need you to be, what to wear, how much they're paying you. Now it's people seek out for my services and they want to know how much it costs to get the job done. So with that being said, I'm able to create more and also give back more because of what I'm able to create.
Right, your time value is
Exactly.
changing because now you're more in control of what
Exactly.
you can do with your time. Your time value is just out the roof.
And now I can play because I love to play.
Now, you offer recording, mixing, mastering, and live stream concerts. Tell me more about the live stream concerts that you offer.
Well, the live stream concerts was something that I wanted to let the world see what was happening in the city. Initially, it was an idea that I had to where I wanted to be able to let Houston artists showcase their original music live. And then once COVID happened, I was like, well, now I have all these friends who perform at Turkey Leg Hut or performing at the churches, and they're just shut down and they need money. Okay, well, now let's create something. Let me recreate the nights where they were performing. They had the Thursday nights or the Sunday nights or the Gumbo Jam. Let's do it here, and we just reach out to everybody live. And when we started doing it, we were able to raise funds. Especially like right when COVID hit, we were able to raise money for everybody, at least have something to keep themselves going
afloat. Yeah, because I'm telling you, when COVID hit, I was hit.
Yeah.
I couldn't do any live shows, no more spoken word gigs,
Nothing.
no book signings. I was sitting still. We couldn't even record film,
And I still perform as a musician with the wedding band. And so we were booked 2 times a weekend, and we're talking about major weddings, 300-400 people. I mean, we were instantly shut down.
Right, because they wasn't even doing more than 10 people at a wedding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it hit everybody seriously. Even mentally, because now people couldn't do what they love to do. And so now this was a place, a way for them to get away and still be able to create, still be able to make a little gas money or something to feed themselves.
Right.
And at least we were looking out for each other. And so now it's become something where we're just keeping it going. And it's not I want people to know it's not a COVID thing, because the idea was already there. COVID just gave us the opportunity to launch it and move it forward. And now it's not going anywhere.
Definitely. I actually have a little video of your studio. I know you said you've done some upgrades since the video, but still, it's dope, and the concept is sweet. Let's take a look. That is awesome. So I want to know, because of course this didn't happen overnight. It took some building, building that foundation to actually get to that point. But once you made up your mind to say, this is something I'm going to do seriously.
Exactly.
Did you step out and just go out and get a studio, or did you start off building a studio from home? Some people, they be like, well, I don't have the facility to do this. Like, where was your starting point?
In my house.
Okay.
And so now it's become what it, where I started in the room, now it's actually the whole house. Okay. And so that was the initial goal.
Okay. And so your studio is actually a home. You converted your home to a full-blown studio.
I took the idea from Motown.
I love
Motown was in the basement of a house. I mean, but look at the great music that came out of
there. Man, you would have never known. That is state of the art right there.
In Fifth Ward.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out to Fifth Ward.
Yeah. So,
born and raised.
So now that you're producing music, and you have people coming into your studio, and you're growing, because your name is buzzing. Maestro is buzzing, because more people are wanting to know where they're going. I see Jack Jones just did a live concert there. Exactly. And I've seen Miriam sing, and I've seen different people, like people that I'm fans of. Yeah. So I want to, wait a minute, where they going? I want to go.
Yeah.
Can I do a session?
Definitely. Yeah. It's open to everybody.
Yeah, so once you started doing, and especially doing it being that it's your home, once you started doing that, how did it change your relationships with the people that you dealt with? Did you have to, change your habits, friendships? Did that change?
A lot has to, especially when you're inviting people in your personal space as well. So a lot of my habits changed. A lot of the way the studio has been reconstructed has been because of these things where, I still need the privacy here and privacy there. Yeah. And so now I'm closing off places, and now I'm even creating more space.
Yeah. Okay.
Which a lot of people don't know. So that's a jewel that I'm only putting on your shoulder. There will be 2 new studios coming soon. So.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Growth and expansion. Come on, increase my territory, God. Won't he do it?
Definitely.
I love it when the universe smile back.
Yes.
Yeah. So, do you have a support team?
Yes, I do. I have definitely, because I am what I call an insider, because I've been performing. I mean, I started playing at 14 and 15 in Mr. A's.
Okay,
So,
shout out Mr. A's.
Mr. A's, and that's another shout out, Fifth Ward.
Yeah.
But I started there, and because I've been able to interact with older musicians or more experienced musicians, and then younger musicians and musicians my age, they already knew me because of the stage.
Right.
So now, because I have this space, and then they come in and they see how it's formed. Just for you go into a studio now as a musician, and they have to create a space for you to play.
Right.
But this is a space where you walk in, it's already set up for you to go.
Yeah, I noticed that you have everything.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is just show up.
Yeah, show up.
And so you guys do mixing, mastering, recording, everything right there.
Right there.
So if I walked into the studio today and I have 10 songs that I want to record, what is that turnaround time? Like, if I'm serious about it, how fast can I get that?
The song that you heard on the video was a album we created in 11 days.
Okay.
Recorded original music, mixed and mastered 11 days. But I'm working
because you have all the instruments right there.
Everything is right there. And I have access to mostly all the musicians in Houston.
Okay,
all
I was going to
producers.
ask you that. Like, so do we book our own band, or do you?
I can, whatever you need. I
just call you and say, hey, look, I'm finna come. I'm finna set up a show. I'm gonna need a 4 or 5 piece band. I'm gonna need a 30-minute setup or an hour setup time.
The band that was playing with Jack Jones on his show was provided by Maestro Music.
Oh, okay.
So they came in, ran over the songs.
Yeah, I
did the
hear
show.
that. So there's no more excuses about you don't have anywhere to record, because now you have somewhere that you record everything, live instruments
at the same time.
At the same time.
Now
that's what makes it so dope, because you have, that's like real music. Back in the day, you would get that. These days, you don't get that real, that the instruments and the vibe and the vocals all at the same time.
Exactly.
So that brings back that real authentic feel to what music really
and then
is.
You create more of more music that people can become a part of,
and they can feel it.
Exactly.
You can feel it when it's like that, because it's not dubbed over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what advice can you give other people that's looking to do what you do, to become their own entrepreneur in music?
I will say that you really have to be dedicated. It's not an overnight process, and it's a lot of education, because since then, although I have a business degree and everything, I've had to learn to become an engineer. I've gone into digital marketing.
Okay.
I've created all the websites and and me and my team takes care of all the social media for the companies. So you have to be dedicated, be open to change.
Okay.
Definitely open to change, not the change that takes you outside of the mission or what you started for, but the change to where we weren't prepared for COVID.
No, we weren't.
But COVID provided opportunity for my company to grow.
Yes.
And so with that, you have to take every opportunity.
Hey, I agree, because there's always room for opportunity. You just got to be able to accept it and cultivate it. Yeah. It's not going to just fall from the sky. You got to take action.
Yes.
So along your journey, were there any tough lessons you had to learn?
Oh, it's tough lessons every day.
That you're willing to share with us this evening?
Oh, man. Don't look for the people that know you to be your number one supporters.
Man, yeah. I had to get out my own bag for that one.
Yeah. You have to know that you have to go out there doing it without. People always say, go after your home base or the people or your warm market, and it's like that warm market, they
see you every day, B.
Yeah.
They're not trying to,
Yeah.
They think they supposed to get it for free.
Yeah.
They be like, oh, that's just Billy from down the way. He ain't
Yeah.
doing nothing. But yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And once you get past that and understand that most of your support won't come from familiar faces, I mean, those familiar faces are gonna eventually come back around.
Yeah.
We don't come out in the wash, come out in the
Yeah.
rinse.
And you always gonna have the few that do, which I do, but you would think that it would be more of an overwhelming, you know, but that's something that I'm focused on changing. Because by me learning to give and giving to others, that will teach people how to give
How
back.
to pay for it. Now, did you go to school for, would you do your engineering?
No, I did not. I did go to Wiley College and I got my degree in business administration.
Okay.
Went to TSU.
So you were self-taught along the way as far as how to mix and master and
Exactly.
everything. You know, some of the best producers come out that way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Best musicians.
the best stuff they don't teach in school.
Yeah.
You just have to, it's in you.
And as a musician, you're kind of already trained.
Yeah,
You
right.
you. I mean, even as
I played
an
the
artist,
clarinet for years, so.
even as a listener, we've heard so many so many songs, so many countless albums, and your ears don't lie.
Right.
And if you learn to trust your ears, if somebody sound
Bad.
bad, they bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what if your ears telling you that, that's what your ears are saying. So ultimately, as a musician, you learn to trust your ears, and as an engineer, you learn to put the mind to what you're hearing.
Now, if there was something that you could have done differently along your journey, what would it have been?
I may have started sooner.
Okay, that's my answer.
Yeah.
I always say, I can't tell you what to say, but I always be like, man, I wish if I'd have known then what I know now, I'd have been started on this gravy train.
All those years I ran away from music where, okay, I went to school, but I didn't get a music degree because now I'm not finna be a starving artist,
Yeah.
But ultimately it still worked out, and I feel like because of the longer journey, I'm better prepared. I mean, I had to keep going back to the situation, but because I already had to learn how to work this piece of equipment with this piece of equipment when I started. So now, because stuff not working right, like I already been here. I graduated from this already. This is child's play. Well,
Right.
So that's what you learn in those extended journeys.
And I know that some of everybody, a lot of times we don't like to name drop because you don't want to leave anybody out. But I want to ask you a few names. I want to ask you, who are some of the people that you've had the pleasure of working with inside of your studio?
Just yesterday, I had Zacardi Cortez in there.
Okay.
He was doing a video shoot. I've done some work because of him. John P. Key, Michael McKay has been in there. This is just the gospel side of things. Let me see. It's just some Doobie Powell has been in there. The band, if you go out to the Turkey Leg Cut a lot, of course Miriam and Vibe Inc. With Ant Nicholson, that's my boy. Just so many. It's just so many. Everybody in Houston for the most part has been in inside the lab.
That studio. I need to. I'm behind the wave, man.
I need to get better at it, at taking pictures. Because my mind's so set on, okay, is this working? Are the headphones on? Or, is the mic right? Or are we ready? That I don't think, okay, I need to take a picture. Like, this is, even like Cecil Shaw stops by. He's like, he's an older artist, Grammy Award winning artist. And they even mentioned his name in the Ray Charles movie. That's his claim to fame, but he's a Houston legend. He comes in and stops all the time. So, from old to young, and even where musicians are bringing their kids in and they're starting to get the experience and see.
That's legacy.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Exactly.
So
definitely.
You keep doing that.
Exactly.
That's inspiring me.
Yeah.
Just sitting here, I hair standing up because, you were able to, you made it up in your mind that you wanted to create and cultivate a studio, a hub, a safe haven for artists to go to be able to cultivate their music. And then you have it in a way where it's studio, it's all top of the line.
Exactly.
And so there's no excuses.
Yeah.
it's like a one-stop shop for everything you need.
Everything.
For everything. So if some people want to go about, let's talk about Maestro, your Instagram. If they want to follow you to find out more about your services, they can also follow your Instagram page. And that's Maestro Music. They should go there. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. And then you also have a website where they can go to. Now, can they book directly from the website?
You can book directly from the website.
Okay.
Exactly.
And do you have customized packages or how does
Definitely.
Okay.
I just started a new package deal for artists, so it's pretty dope. Check it out.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys be sure to go check that out. And then also Wayne Street Live.
Yes.
With the live concerts. How often do you do those live concerts?
Twice a week.
Oh man,
Yeah,
dope.
twice a week.
And you also you promote on your Instagram as well. Wayne Street Live has an Instagram, and I noticed you have flyers there that keeps us up to date or when we need to log in and go ahead and subscribe and get our tickets so that we can tune into that live show as well. So yes, that's dope. I want to thank you for coming, for sharing, let me get all in your business, and find out more about what it is you do, because I think that it's awesome. You know what I'm saying? And I think that in our community, especially, we need to see more faces like our own that are doing things that are outside the box. Exactly. It's a beautiful thing to be employed, but it's an even more beautiful thing when you can have a mindset of an employer instead of an employee, because now you're making a way to bless other people. So I can definitely see your expansion and growth in the future, and it's going to be a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Yes, I want to thank you again for joining us, and I want to thank our viewers and our listeners for joining us on another segment, another episode with Outside the Box. Be sure to check us out on other platforms. You can find us on YouTube, Google Play, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Hip Hop Streets, SoundCloud, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, and you can also find us on Facebook under Onay the CEO. I want to thank you for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next week, same time, same place. You are now Outside the Box.